Greetings to Professor Muklis. I am TCHONG MAN, lecture number 278213. Today I'm going to do the research method presentation. My research title is talk about the factor influencing unemployment among fresh graduates in Kedah, Malaysia. Let me introduce the background of the study and what are the problem statements in this study. First of all, unemployment is an undesirable problem that can arise in any part of the world. In Malaysia, the unemployment rate has been high in recent years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, fresh graduates from university and colleges contribute the majorities among the unemployed. As we can see from this graph, the youth unemployment rate is increasing from 9.88% in 2014 to 15.6% in 2021, which indicates that the unemployment rate of youth has been getting larger over the years. The problem that this study addresses is many fresh graduates from Malaysia does not know about the factors that influence them to be unemployed. Most fresh graduates are unemployed because they lack skill to function in this globalized economy. As a result of their inability to completely commit to jobs, recent graduates are finding it difficult to get a job. A big concern is the rising unemployment rate among the young people and recent graduates, since it could damage Malaysian educational system reputations and make some companies doubt the skill of recent local graduates. Besides, the supply of the labor among graduates has more than the demand for labor in the markets. This is because many universities and colleges have been created, and most of the higher education institutions nowadays are just focusing on maximizing their profits instead of giving high quality educations and good workplace trainings to our undergraduate students. This will also lead to the issues of job mismatch among the graduates, which is the knowledge they study is not relevant to their workplace. Here are the four objectives that we want to achieve in this study. The first one is to investigate the demographic characteristic among fresh graduates in Kedah. The second one is to examine whether gender difference affects educational levels, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch in Kedah. The third one is examine whether field of study affects the educational level, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch in Kedah. And the last one is validates the relationship between educational level, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch among fresh graduates in Kedah. Next, there are also four questions that occurs in this study. Firstly, what are the demographic characteristics among fresh graduates in Kedah? Secondly, do gender difference affect educational level, graduate attributes, employability, skills, and job mismatch in Kedah? Thirdly, do field of study affects the educational levels, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch in Kedah? And eventually, what is the relationship between educational levels, graduate attributes, unemployed skills, and job mismatch among fresh graduates in Kedah? Moving to the next part, I'm going to tell you about the significance of this study. Through these findings and subsequent recommendations for this study, the issue of unemployment will be controlled. These fresh graduates will be enlightened about the situation they might be facing when they find their jobs. In addition, early exposures to unemployment among themselves will give them enough time to be prepared for or improve themselves. Therefore, these studies can find out what factors influence them to be unemployed and increase the opportunity to get employed among them. Besides, there are three categories of research hypotheses, which are t-test, one-way ANOVA, and Pearson correlation. As we can see from the slide, for t-test, each of the null and alternative hypotheses are studied whether there is significant difference or not in each independent variables among the gender, such as educational levels, graduate attributes, unemployability, employability skills, and job mismatch. For the one-way ANOVA, each of the null and alternative hypotheses are to study whether there is a significant difference or not in each independent variables among the field of the study, whereby the Pearson correlations, the null and the alternative hypothesis are studied whether there is a significant relationship or not between each independent variables. Apart from that, let us talk about the literature review for this study. In this section, it consists of two parts, which are theoretical background and empirical study. In theoretical background, there is one theory came up by Pisaridis in the year 2000, says that the others main strategy focuses on microeconomy flow that cause a mismatch between supply and demand in the labor markets, especially when there is an excess of labor supply. Next, Turo and Lester in 1969 says that when selecting a candidate for the job, an employer prefers those who is less likely to spend money. In this case, the employers choose the candidates with the most education and experience. Then, Boulders and his partners in the year 2000 says that graduate attributes are the qualities, skills, and viewpoints that a university committee thinks its students would benefit from attaining while enrolled there and there. In addition, McQuarrie and Lindsay in 2005 found that some employability researchers have identified three primary connected factors that affect a person's employability as the comprehensive broad models of employability. Moving to the empirical review of these studies, we found the study conducted by Gravis and McGrinis in 2018 stated that there is a positive relationship between educational levels and unemployment, but they do not discover any solid proof that the constructions are connected. Secondly, Jose in 2018 found that the study shows that changes in graduation characteristics will have a substantial impact on unemployment among recent grads. Thirdly, Wang Jukifri in 2010 stated that employers are selective when choosing candidates. They prefer those with more related experience and talented graduates who possess unemployability skills compared with those with high marks. Then, Big Mazat in 2014 found that there is a very close correlation between fresh graduate unemployment and job mismatch. Apart from the literature review, let us move to the methodology. For the research framework, the dependent variable for this study will be unemployment among fresh graduates in Kedah, which rely on the independent variables known as educational level, graduate attributes, employability, skills, and job mismatch. For the research design, the type of our study is using quantitative methodology. In this study, the source of data was gathered through the use of questionnaire. Besides, fresh graduate in Kedah served as the individual unit of analysis in this study. In addition, the population of fresh graduate in Kedah is 954.5 thousand people. Since there are 954.5 thousand people in the population, this study needs a sample size of 384 to collect the data faster. For the questionnaire design, Google Form will be used to carry out the survey. The questionnaire will ask about the following two components. First, the respondents will be filled in their gender, age, higher qualifications, type of institutions, and field of study. Secondly, the four major variables, which are educational level, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch. The opinion on survey questions are expressed using a Likert scale. For the data collection process, firstly, we utilize questionnaires and reflections of other researchers to execute quantitative investigation. Secondly, each researcher will independently allocate and gather research questionnaire from the target respondent utilizing the qualitative approach. Lastly, the respondent will only ask to devote 3 to 5 minutes to completing the questionnaire. Apart from the methodology, let us move to the data analysis and finding part. The data analysis includes descriptive analysis, independent sample t-test analysis, one-way ANOVA analysis, and Pearson correlation analysis. Furthermore, the hypothesis of this study will be examined to see if it is accepted or rejected. Gender, age, higher qualifications, type of institution, and field of study are the main concern in getting the respondent demographic background in Kedah. According to the data gathered through Google Form questionnaire, there are 163 males and 222 female respondents. Besides, there are 14 respondents are 20 years old, 18 respondents are 21 years old, 23 respondents are 22 years old, 30 respondents are 33 years old, 91 respondents are 24 years old, 119 respondents are 25 years old, 32 respondents are 26 years old, 48 respondents are 27 years old, 5 respondents are 28 years old, 4 respondents are 29 years old. In addition, there are 4 levels of higher qualification, which are diploma, bachelor's degrees, master degrees, and doctoral PhD. Each of the levels have 84, 221, 70, and 9 respondents, respectively. Aside from that, 171 respondents have graduated from public university, while 128 have graduated from private universities or colleges. In addition, 80 respondents came from polytechnics, while 5 others graduated from the other institutions. Furthermore, 56 of the respondents study technicals, 87 respondents study ICT, 69 respondents study art and social science, 78 respondents study science, 63 respondents study educationals, and 31 of them study the other courses. After the independent sample t-test, we can conclude that there is no significant difference in educational levels, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch among genders of fresh graduates in Kedah. This is because all the p-value are more than 10%, so we cannot reject the null hypothesis. After the ANOVA test, we can conclude that there is no significant difference in educational level, graduate attribute, employability skills, and job mismatch among field of study of fresh graduate in Kedah. This is because all of the p-value are more than 10%. Therefore, we do not reject the null hypothesis. After the Pearson correlation analysis, we can conclude that there is a significant relationship exists between the educational levels, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch among unemployed fresh graduates in Kedah. This is because all of them have the p-value which is lower than 10%. In conclusion, this study was successful in attaining its objective of researching the factors that influence unemployment among fresh graduates in Kedah. For the 4 independent variables that can cause recent graduates to leave their jobs are educational levels, graduate attributes, employability skills, and job mismatch. The finding of this study may assist the institutions, the governments, and the other interested parties in supporting, promoting, and providing graduates with effective opportunity to develop themselves so that they are ready to get a job before they graduate. So that is all for my presentations. Thank you for your listening.